Welcome to the Be Battle Ready podcast, Daily Battle Edition, episode number 24. And on today's episode, I'm going to talk about how I quit, then I didn't. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episode. All right. So it has been a number of months since I recorded an episode. And over the last 90 days or so, about 90 days ago, I accepted a challenge inside an organization called Wake Up Warrior to do their fundamentals challenge. And prior to that, if anybody's ever following this, at the beginning of the year, I decided to go out and do some coaching, some online coaching, and specifically towards business. And, as in my true fashion, I went out, full effort and, and gave it my all. Well, kind of. There's a caveat to that. But what I came up with, what I kept experiencing is a lot of doubt, a lot of insecurity, a lot of underlining bullshit that was, sinking my ship, let's say. And I came out of the gate, got a few clients. Things were looking good. And then, I think my impatience and somewhat scarcity, it was more impatience because for me, I experienced it as impatience. It didn't go as well. I didn't meet my 90-day targets. I didn't meet my 6-month targets. And I was frustrated. I ran some advertising. I put up some, it was somewhat consistent on content, not as consistent as I could have been. I'm not going to say should have been because it is what it is. And I came to a point I was just so frustrated. Frustrated with myself, frustrated because there's the knowing what to do. It's like being, what to do, but you end up sabotaging yourself in some way or fashion. And that was the pattern that I was in. And look, I'm sharing this with you because I want you, if you're out there, to understand that's just part of the journey, that it's what I've experienced and what I'm going through, and I want you to be a part of my journey and understand that shit happens. And there are underlining, let's say, codes or operating systems inside of you, inside of me specifically, and a lot of people share that with you, that create glitches, just like if you had a virus in your computer. So, with that, I had the opportunity over the last 90 days to take a step back. Not so much a bit of a step back, but more of a step inward, and go and shine the light on those things inside of me that were sinking my ship, sinking my dreams, pulling me back to who I'm not really, into a lesser version of me. And through that process, a lot was removed. Now, am I perfect? Am I 100% amazing? And I'm 100% amazing. Just trust me on that. Just kidding. But no, is it never going to come back? Well, some of it maybe not, but is there more to deal with? Absolutely. Our lives are an evolution of becoming somebody Some of us are into this, becoming somebody better than who we currently are. Not because we're bad, not because we're feel like we're broken, but sometimes we do feel like we're broken. I feel a little broken, maybe a lot broken. And so going back, the title of this episode is I Quit and Then I Didn't. I came through and, March, April, May, those were the first few months of my coaching business and doing that and having a couple clients and doing different things. And there's things I got distracted with. There's things that I didn't want to face. I got scared. I didn't want to speak my voice. And, there was a new operating system that I had to run with. I had to learn, being at home with a family, being 2 steps away from, hey, can you hold the baby, to, can you do this? Let's go do this. Like it's been a lot to overcome. And you look at it and you're like, those things are so simple to deal with. Well, yes and no. I mean, depends on where your life is at, where you're at. And in the meantime, on top of that, my wife and I together starting a separate business, a lot of different changes. And, I had to unlearn how I operated in the past and how I'm going to operate in the future. And that took over the last 90 days. Those first 4, 5, 6 months, I came to July and my buddy was like, hey, do you want to work at this car dealership? And I was like, okay. And I just took it. And that was like the turning point of like partially giving up, because actually working on my coaching business instead of just like showing up for calls and doing that and the actual building the stuff that I love to do, building and creating, I stopped. Podcasts slowed down, holding weekly podcasts stopped, like all that stuff. And then a few weeks, I was like, I'd go by and be like, fuck, I haven't done anything. I want to go, and I'd try to pick it up again. But then there was something in my code that just kept breaking. And it wasn't just now. See, the thing is, that breaking, that code has been perpetuated in different situations over the course of my life. From being so frustrated in my business, I walked away from it, of my gym. That's pretty much quit that. Because the stories and the pain and all this other frustration, just these things I did not have this tools or understanding of how to deal with, kept coming up. And then stepping back, if you hear some noise in the background, my dog is chewing. But this is how we roll right now. But I wasn't facing the pain. Like I didn't even know some of it was there. What I had missed. So I quit and then I didn't. Look, I quit. But today I choose to step up. I choose to walk forward. I want results, but fuck, I'm not going to look at the results and have those dictate me of what I'm going to do or not do. Nope. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do the work necessary to get there. And there was a point in time that I knew that I lived that. Even though I was up and down with it, because I didn't have anybody else telling me that. I had felt that inside, like, just get up and do it. Just, when we owned our gym, just go try to be the best you can that day. Dude, fuck all the noise. Fuck anybody who wants to leave. Just go out there. If someone leaves, use that as fuel. to go back into class and teach a better class. Like, that's the stuff that I was talking to myself about. But I had nobody that was telling me, hey, yeah, that's the way to operate. Because marketers are going to tell you they have the, marketer successes, all these gurus are going to tell you. The world's going to tell you that the results matter. Yep, they do matter. That they're going to tell you the results are everything. They're not. And focusing on the results is going to get you the path. That's not going to get you the path. You stay in your lane. I stay in my lane. This is what I've learned. I'm going to stay in my lane, do my thing with intention, and I'm going to, if it doesn't produce results, it's going to course correct. And I'm going to keep course correcting. I'm going to keep improving. I'm going to keep doing that stuff. So my few points today is that even if you do quit, just fucking, and you don't want to really, really quit, just pick up and go back again. And yeah, you need to, the results are important and they'll come and you need to have patience for them. But fucking just do the work. I know what I need to do. I just need to do it. And if I stumble tomorrow and I choose to get up the next day, that's how it's going to be. So, things get tough. And sometimes you don't know that there's something underlining that you cannot see that you need to deal with. For me, it was feeling good enough. For me, it was being worthy, feeling alone. So, one thing I encourage you to do is have the courage to look at that stuff. And if you've quit, just pick yourself up and get back at it. If you need to take a step back, that's fine. So, much love to you all, and I hope, actually I'll see you back here tomorrow. I committed to that one. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great day.